Okay. All right. So, good evening. Thank you, Grace and Kimberly, for jumping on. So tonight, I really just want to do like once a month, have a new coach call where we can get all our new coaches on, so I can answer questions real time, discuss some of the pertinent things and philosophies of the business, and really your first steps in the business. Because I really think back to when I started, and really, I really didn't have any trainings or stuff like that to go off of. I just went off of my gut feeling and what I thought should be done, and that was talking to a lot of people. But I think that from what I see in the last few years, that's that's been a place where people get stumbled up, thinking that that you have to do too much in order to gain traction. But really what has to happen is the talking to the people, and that's what it's easy not to do that and get sidetracked doing a million and one other things that aren't really gaining you any exposure, or helping you practice conversations, or getting prospects into a conversation with you. So I think the philosophy right now is the help one. And Kimberly, as a new coach, right now, what you need to do is start creating a list, because I believe that you have to work off a list. And I did this naturally first when I first started, because I was talking to so many people, my family, my friends, people on Facebook, my coworkers, clients from work, whoever would listen to me at my kids' school. I was talking to them, but I couldn't keep track of everybody. So I'm like, if I don't make a list of these people, I am going to lose track, and people are going to fall through the cracks. So right now, what you should do before you do anything is start creating a list of everybody you know, including especially your closest family and friends at the top of your list. And from there, you start working down to your kids or your husband's friends, co-workers, your dentist, people who you know that you can speak to, and start creating that list, because little by little you need to start talking to these people and inviting them to join you on this journey. So just a little caveat there of inviting to this journey. Don't think that you have to be like in supreme shape, or be like a fitness model or anything like that in order to invite people, because we are coaches. None of us are fitness models. None of us are fitness professionals. We're just moms and women, um, who are looking to create change in our lives, and we want to help other people feel as good as we feel. And that's really where I started. So I'm talking all of this, but it's really how I started my journey. I was a full-time mom. No, I was working full-time, sorry. Had a full-time job, had two little kids, a husband, and I really was bored and unhappy and unfulfilled at my job. And I really love fitness. So this really fit this need that I had to help people, to share what I already loved in the products, and to really connect people with the products. And that's what I think, as a new coach, you need to work on first, is how you share what the products have done for you, how you love them and excited you are to be on this journey. And regardless of where you are on your journey, is invite them to do it with you. And the easiest people you can talk to right now are your closest friends and family, and have them ask them for the testimonial, ask them to join you and give you at least 30 days, so that they see that what you're doing is not a fad, that it's not a trend, that it's not one of these fly by night companies, that we're not like all the other companies. We are unique. We're about putting the customers first, and we're about helping people transform their lives. So the first thing is the list, and really just getting out of your own way, to not being afraid to talk to these people. And the way I like to view it is, when you love a movie and you love a restaurant, you don't ever hesitate about sharing that movie that you love so much, or this restaurant that really, really is amazing, or maybe a lipstick or a beauty product. We share that with no problem. Why can't we share this business and these? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to mute everybody because I can't. I'm getting a lot of feedback. Can you everybody mute themselves? Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, so that's the first thing is right now I want, even if you're restarting the business, even if it's, maybe it didn't work out before and now you want to give it another shot. Wherever you stand in the business right now has to be the focus is help one. And it's help one with any of our products, right? So I really want you guys to go back. And Kimberly, I know you just signed up, but we do have Diesel Nation Academy, which Grace will share with you. You can start, open up an account there, and you have access to this training that my sister and I wrote. And you take your time doing that, right? You don't have to do this overnight or in a week, but you will see that the first few lessons are exactly what I'm talking about right now. And it's building your list. Then we have the next step, which is, okay, now let's go talk to these people, and we give you some scripts that you can use to break the ice. But if these are your close friends and family, you should be able to tell them offhand with ease, with comfort, what you're doing, why you're doing this, and why this is special to you, and then invite them to a group. And that lesson in Diesel Nation Academy is going to give you the step-by-step guide on how to do that. The other thing that we have there is a whole lesson on all the products that we offer. So maybe you have a person that doesn't, maybe isn't ready to jump full in with Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology. Maybe they want to try something else. Maybe they go to the gym and maybe they want a pre-workout. It's up to us to be able to ask the right questions, to continually ask questions of our prospects in order to match them with the product that fits their needs. And we should never write anybody off, because you never know what that other person is going to need in order to help them get to their fitness and nutrition goals. So that's really important. I don't want to go into social media, and because that's a whole lesson on Diesel Nation Academy. I just really want to hit some of the what you should be doing right now as a new coach in order to gain traction. Social media is it's a huge part of this. I'm not gonna even downplay that. There's a million trainings all over the internet and YouTube about social media. You just gotta pick the platform that you're gonna use, and then you have to share your journey openly. You have to share daily, in my opinion. I like to share my workouts every day because I want people to look at me as consistency. I want them to know that I'm doing what I want them to do. I want them to eat healthy while I'm eating healthy. So they're looking to me for inspiration. I have to do what I'm saying that I'm doing. I post my workout pictures with something inspirational every day because I want that mom who is sick and tired of not feeling well or doesn't like the way they fit in their clothes anymore to say, man, if she can do it at 42, I can do it too. And this woman is showing up every day. That's how I approach my social media. It's not a diary of my workouts. It's a place for me to inspire people to join me. And that's how you have to approach your social media. I mean, for now, what I would say is a guideline. Quality posts, at least two per day. If you can hit two quality posts, like something meaningful, a story that you want to share, or why you must come out as a coach on social media. That's another thing. And we have a coming out post in dieselnationacademy.com. These are all things that you need to start thinking about now. Besides that, we need to set goals. How many people do you want to help? So let's make a list. Okay, we're gonna create our list of 20, at least 20. Everybody should know at least 20 people. So make your list of the closest. If you get 20 and you got 50, keep writing. Okay, don't stop at 20. Just keep writing, make your list, because remember, you're gonna talk to these people. The second thing that you need to get clear on is, what do I want to accomplish? How much money do I want to make? That's the second thing I did as a new coach. I knew right away that I wanted to earn $50 a week. I knew that that would create huge change for my family, that would help me pay for diapers, that it would relieve a little bit of pressure. And $50 is not some crazy goal that seems so hard and impossible to reach. With the $50 goal, I was very easily able to break that down. I had to make 2 sales per week in order to make that happen. In order to make 2 sales per week, I knew I needed to get out there and talk to people. And that's how you sit down and really analyze, because if you don't have a goal, then you're really not working towards anything. You're kind of just meandering through the business. And that's not an effective way of building a business, any business. I mean, anybody who starts a business needs to have goals for themselves and timelines set so that you're pushing forward every day. So think about that. How much do you want to earn per week or per month? Break it down into sales. Remember, we get 25% commission. So if you sell Shakeology, you make $30. It's not bad. If you want to make $30 a week, then 1 sale per week. Break it down, but write it down somewhere and post it on your computer, or have it on your phone, somewhere where you can look at it every single day. The next thing that you really, really need to focus on is knowing what you want, big picture. And I think this is something that we don't do enough of, is vision, like full-on vision for your life. And I'll admit that as a new coach, I wasn't very clear about what I wanted, big picture in this business. I started out with $50 a week, and once I hit that, then I knew I wanted more, and I kept gradually pushing. It was until 1 year into the business that I realized that I didn't want to work in construction anymore, that I didn't want my mom picking up my kids at school anymore. So, but that once I created that long-term vision, what I knew how much I wanted to make, I knew what I wanted my life to look like and how I wanted it to feel, that's what kept me pushing forward. And I know right now you're probably thinking, well, I don't know what could happen in this business. I just invite you to dream. Like, if everything worked out perfectly, what would your life look like? Where would you live? You know, what kind of house do you want? How much money do you want to make? You know, what kind of vacations would you take? The bigger you can dream, those are the things that will help you push through the ups and downs in this business. And you don't have to share that with me. You should share it with your sponsor. But that's a huge part of this business. It's what keeps you going and keeps you plugging away and keeps you coming back for more. So that's a huge part. And I don't know if we have a lesson plan on that in Diesel Nation Academy, but to me, I think it's a huge part, because I know once I had a clear picture in my head, I woke up every single day with this fire to like bust my butt. My family knew. I sat down with my family, even though my kids were tiny, and laid it out. Like, sacrifices are gonna be made in the next few years, but in the long term, we're gonna reap these rewards. And everybody knew, my husband, my kids, everybody knew what the plan was and what we wanted and how we wanted our life to look like. And it happened because I was relentless in pursuit of that vision. So that was just a side note. I think it's important. I think you need to know exactly what you want your life to look like. The other thing is personal development. I know I didn't do it at first. I'm honest. I don't sugarcoat things. I did not do personal development for at least 1.5 years into the business. I didn't think I needed it, but we all need it. Even if it's just watching YouTube videos, motivational videos. I love audios. I'm not a very good reader, so I don't tend to read too much, but audios, I go on YouTube, I play them for the kids in the morning. Les Brown and Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas. I listen to those just words and they pump you up. You know, start your day with something, 10 minutes of something motivational, and I promise you that your mind will start to shift. Business is not easy. It's not easy. You have to be mentally tough and ready to weather the storms, because there will be times when things are rolling and things are going well. And I'm sure Grace will tell you, things are going good, and then all of a sudden you hit a rough patch. And then I've been a coach for almost 8 years. I've hit many rough patches, those extreme ups and downs, but it's part of business. And what strengthens my mind and keeps me going is personal development. So I urge you, if you're a new coach and you're looking for something to read or maybe something to listen to, The Compound Effect is a great starter book, because it'll teach you that these little things, talking to 3 people at minimum, 3 people every single day over time, that's a whole lot of people. But if you don't talk to 3 people over time, you're just standing still, and or actually maybe sliding backwards. Whereas if you're doing a little bit of work every single day, it starts to compound, and before you know it, you've made a lot of progress. You've talked to a lot of people. The word has gotten out. Things start to rock and roll. So The Compound Effect is a great one. I urge you to pick up a book. And if it's not a book, then pick up Audible. Audible is awesome. You can listen to everything in the car, and you just make time for it. 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day goes a very, very long way. I think those are just the basics. I think right now we just need to focus on the help one. Let's not get all crazy and try to, all this talk. Obviously, Hitting Success Club, and Kimberly, I don't know if you know what that is yet, but it's in Diesel Nation Academy. It's a rewards program. A lot of the other coaches know what it is. We're very focused on Hitting Success Club because I know that my business grew, and I grew a lot of I was able to achieve a lot of momentum because of Success Club, because I had a steady stream of people that I was introducing to Shakeology and the products every single month. But there's other ways to build this business, and it's by sharing your story constantly. Like, it can never get old. Sharing your story, sharing your truth, sharing who you are, your ups and downs with the fitness. You have to be real. This is not a highlight, a perfection show, or showing only the times when things are awesome. That's not real life. You want to attract people who are just like you, then you got to speak your truth. You have to be honest, and you have to show people that fitness is lifetime. It's not a quick fix. I mean, that's what I say. I have my ups and downs. I have days when I don't want to do it. Last week, I went on a rant live on Instagram and said, I'm going to start round 3 of 80 Day Obsession, which was supposed to be yesterday. And I changed my mind. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm a little bit tired. I think I need to switch it up for a little bit. So I'm honest. I'm a woman. I change my mind a lot. That's just the way it is. So you got to be yourself. You have to be true. You have to share your stories. You have to share your triumphs, your defeats. And you cannot be afraid. Cannot be afraid of what people think, because they are not paying your bills. And at the end of the day, really, who cares? You have to be you, do your thing, and then always, always, always strive to be a person, a source of inspiration for someone else. One of the things, the last thing I'm just going to review, very, very basic, are the 4 vital behaviors, but it's basically everything I just talked about. It's just wrapped up in a nice package. Do your personal development every single day. Strengthen your mind. It goes a long way. Invite people every day. That is probably the one that everybody has the most trouble with. But you have to invite people to join you on this journey in any capacity, with Clean Week, or with the performance line for people who do other types of exercise, runners, people who do biking, CrossFitters. They can use the Beachbody performance line, but you got to offer it to them. People who go to the gym may not get nutritional support, so you got to offer them what we have as far as Shakeology, and helping them with meal planning, using Portion Fix. It's just knowing what our product line is, and then asking enough questions of your prospects in order to make a recommendation. If there's one thing I can tell you, and one thing I know it's hard, because when I was a new coach, I would talk, and then bombard people with information. I would vomit Beachbody all over them. And then a lot of the times, if they weren't someone close to me, they would run for the hills. Don't be a salesman. Just have a conversation with another human being. Ask them questions. Get to know them. Ask them what their challenges are. Ask them what they're looking to accomplish in their life. What's been holding them back? How are they going to feel once they succeed? All of these questions are in the scripts that we have provided for you guys when you do your messaging and you're talking with prospects. Always let them do the talking. Be interested in them instead of being interesting and talk, because they want to know that you're interested in them, that you actually care about what they need. So ask questions. Once you have enough information, then you send them a video on the products. That's all in the scripts. It's all written out for you. I spent a lot of time putting that together, and I use the scripts so I know that they work. Okay, so inviting was the second vital behavior. The third is do your workouts, drink your Shakeology, and eat as well as you can. And if you're doing 80-day obsession, then you guys are probably on point. I know all of you are. Keep doing that. Keep sharing how this program is changing your life without being too descriptive about names and products and Shakeology. Be vague. You want people to want to know what you're talking about. This 80-day program, or this program that's, giving me the booty I've never had, or this superfood dense shake. Remember, Google, all they have to do once you start dropping names is Google it, and then they can go buy it from somewhere else or someone else. So just be vague on what you're doing. Your post should be inspiring, not just workout done. What did you feel like today? How did it change you? What challenges did you overcome? What were some of the things you were thinking about during the workout? I know it's really not that complicated. You just have to lead with your heart and not just want to push products. And then the last thing is the recognition, and that you can recognize anybody. Recognize your kids. Recognize people in your challenge groups. Make them feel good. Recognize your sponsor for going over and above. Recognize your best friend or your husband. But recognition is something that in this country, I don't know about the whole world, but in this country is missing, especially in corporate America. People just want to be told they're doing a good job and that you appreciate them. Do it for someone else. And that's part of our daily behaviors. So those 4 things are the things that you need to focus on every single day. And we don't need to complicate the process. We just need to be our best selves. We need to learn how to communicate. We have scripts for that. We need to learn how to share the products in a way that creates curiosity. And then we just got to help other people. Lead from your heart. And that's it. So anybody have questions for me? Please don't be scared. I don't bite. You can unmute yourselves. Grace, anything? Wait. You're muted. Hello. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm seeing if Kim has questions. I don't know.
Okay.
I told her she could ask me.
Okay.
Or is there a chat thing?
Yes, there's a chat. She can type in the chat.
Okay, I also told her she could type if she has any questions.
Guys, this is open forum. Anything that you've come across, any questions that you have, any doubts that you may have, please don't be afraid to ask. Nobody's here to judge. We're here just to have a conversation. I want to help you, help people so that you can push your businesses forward and hit those goals and those milestones in your business. I do want to say something else, because I constantly think about what I did as a new coach. Because obviously where I sit today is so different, and maybe my life is completely unrelatable to a lot of you, but I still remember 8 years ago, well, almost 8 years ago, the things that I did, and they were all basic. Everything I described to you, I was constantly posting on social media, whether it was right or wrong, because I was doing it all wrong back then, and nobody told me, there was no trainings, but I was constantly getting the word out. I was constantly sharing my journey. I was constantly talking to people. my family. Every chance I got, I would have people come over to work out with me, and I would have them try Shakeology. I asked my bosses back then, could I have a Shakeology tasting during lunch? I did that. I had a cup, a P90X cup that I took with me everywhere. So when I would go to meetings, I would in a hospital, because I was always in hospitals. In a hospital with executives, I would sit there with my P90X cup so that everybody could see my P90X cup. Back then, that was the biggest program that we had. Everybody knew P90X. The first question was, "Did you really do that program?" That was my end. That was my in to talk to somebody about my journey, and then to offer my assistance. But the more you practice talking to people, the more you practice getting out there, that's how you become better at it. You just can't be scared of it. Because at the end of the day, we're doing something so good. I mean, we're not selling a cleanse. We're selling something that is a long-term solution. To me, it's devastating to hold it back from people because you're scared of what they're gonna think. Like, who cares? If you make a mistake, you just fix it the next time. That's what I did. I made a million mistakes at the beginning, a million, but I learned from them, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I went too fast. I should have asked more questions. I shouldn't have given them the price right away. Don't ever do that. Don't ever give prices up front until you know why they need this solution, until you know what programs they need, until you know what is going to fit their needs. Do never, ever, ever give out prices up front. I always say, I would love to talk more with you, but I don't like to talk about prices until I get to know you and your goals and challenges better. And that gives me the in to start asking questions.
Becky, so Kim, she's starting to be a health coach.
Okay.
So that's why I told her that this would be amazing. So she was
Yes.
just curious to see how you would incorporate health coaching together with Beachbody.
Okay.
Like,
Is it like a nutrition thing, or is she like gonna be like a nutrition? Well, I mean, well, first of all, I think it's a perfect marriage because we have a lot. You're gonna have your services that you provide, and then you can offer the fitness, even if it's, you know, a Beachbody on demand membership, or you have, again, the performance line for someone who maybe needs uh, a drink before they go work out. Maybe someone, what?
she said it's integrative nutrition health coaching. So not a nutritionist, but
Okay, but can she promote Shakeology? Does she drink
yeah,
Shakeology?
but she's gonna be drinking Shakeology.
Okay. Well, I mean, as a someone who's gonna be, you know, into nutrition, I think once you feel Shakeology and know what it's like, you're gonna see how amazing it is, and that is the perfect product for, especially for people who have really poor eating habits and maybe are not even ready to exercise, because let's be real, some people are not ready for that. Maybe they just want to walk. Maybe they're just have injuries. You have right now this platform where you can you can talk about Shakeology and how it's nutritionally dense, how it's a quick meal that they can, maybe they have a very busy schedule, that they can prep in the morning and take with them while they go to work, or even make it at work. I used to make it at work. I think it's a perfect marriage. And then you have the people who maybe you're helping on the fitness, on the nutrition side. You offer them Shakeology, and then you can offer them Beachbody on Demand to get them going on the fitness side. So you have all these different avenues that you can actually use and integrate into your health coaching.
And then she asked me, I know you talked a little bit very briefly that you've been a coach for 8 years. But if you could like sum it really, really quick, how you started it, or like what made you go from doing it, you know, part-time and then like just jumping in. I don't know.
Well, when I started, I mean, I needed money. Okay, we were like, this was back in 2008 when, or 2010, when everything was terrible. This country was like, the financial situation was really bad, and I really just needed to earn money. My job, I made really good money on my job, but things were bad. We stopped getting bonuses. Larry stopped getting bonuses. We needed those bonuses in order to pay credit cards. Now I'm like, so now what? We're gonna be paying credit cards forever. And I decided I was not gonna leave my future in the hands of my boss. I was not gonna do it. And when I saw the opportunity here, and I already loved the products, and then I made that first paycheck of $30 for selling a P90X, I was like, what? That much? I'm like, oh, I'm all in. That's when I saw it right away. I saw it right away. The retail side, I like the retail side. I like helping people on the fitness. Um, I started there, and once I started, when I really grasped Shakeology, and I knew that it was good, and I knew that it was like nothing I had ever drank before, people that I knew trusted me. They wanted to do it too. And that momentum and my consistency that I had, all the things that I had been doing up to that point, people started to see that I was doing this for real, and they joined in. But I saw it right away. At least on retail, I saw the income right away, and I just kept pushing for more. It wasn't until a year in that I realized that this was bigger than what I had seen. And I went to leadership. That was the first big event that I went to, and that's when I realized, like, I saw other moms that had left their jobs, that were doing this full time, and they were just normal people just like me. And I'm like, yeah, I can do this too. And that's when basically my why was born, my vision was born, and I decided I'm gonna do whatever it takes. But I was very, remember, I didn't have a sponsor that was there telling me every step. I went with my gut, and I just kept on talking to people about how much this meant to me, and how it had changed my life, and how good I felt as a mother of two that didn't even want kids, because I thought I was going to get fat and I was never going to lose the weight. And here I am looking better than ever, and I had two kids. I
Oh,
wanted everybody to feel as good as me.
yeah, I know. I
So that's
think
a,
that's why.
sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just saying, I think that's why we all love Beachbody. For me, I think it's just like seeing how the company genuinely cares about making a difference. That's what
That's it.
really keeps me in it. Like, there's so many people that would say no to you, but the ones that do say yes and allow you to come in and help them, and then they said, because of you, I'm working out, or
That's
I'm
right.
eating here, and you motivated me, that's priceless. Obviously, the income opportunity and the prices and everything else, but for me, it's just making a difference. It's
Absolutely,
huge.
we are making a difference. I've always said this. It's what I love. One of the things I love most is, if we are gonna change, really make an impact on the obesity and how unhealthy this country is. We are making a change one family at a time, because you change a mom, I change a mom, and it changes the dynamic of that family. And then the family gets healthy. The kids start to see what nutrition is really about, that exercise is important. That changes everything for the future. I really believe that.
and
So,
and also the community, because I've been able to meet so many people
mhm,
that I would have never been able to meet if it wasn't for Beachbody. Like
absolutely.
him, for example, or coaches or customers. And some of these people you necessarily haven't met in person,
Hmm.
but you have such a thing in common that connects you. And that part is just, I mean, that's like a priceless too. So
I
the
agree.
community is huge because we all have the same purpose in common. So I love that.
Exactly. I agree. I love all of that too. I love it
Yeah.
too. So, no questions, really, guys? Leovia, Susan, anybody? Come on, guys. I'm doing this for you guys so that you can ask me questions. And let's talk about the objections real quick before. You're gonna get objections. I've gotten a gazillion of them. I still get them. I still get them. My first week, I made a sale, right? The $32 I told you about, or $30. I didn't make another sale for another 4 weeks. Okay? It was no after no after no after no after no. And I was talking to a lot of people. Were there thoughts of like, maybe this is not for me? Yes. And I actually thanked this one lady that I used to work with. Her name is Maria Perez, that told me, Becky, this is what you're meant to do. Don't get frustrated. It takes time. It's a business. Just stick to it. And it did. Everything turned around. The compound effect. All those people that I was talking to consistently and more and asking for referrals and asking, what about your friends? Talking to Larry's friends. All those, the compound effect of all of that started to turn around a few weeks later. So you have to be patient. This is not like putting money in a slot machine and then it doesn't work like that for most people. You have to be patient. You have to be willing to hear no. You're gonna hear it a lot. You just have to accept that some people are not ready right now. They may be ready later on, but you're planting that seed, and that's a positive, because you never know. Something you write one day, something you post one day might strike them, and they may realize, man, I need to do this. Look how good she's doing. Look how she's transformed her body. Look how much energy she has, and I'm still over here doing nothing. You never know. People are watching you. They're reading your posts. They're watching you exercise. They're watching you change, and when they're ready, they'll come back. But if you never make that initial invite, you never make that original contact, you're never gonna know whether they'd be interested or not. So you have to ask. You have to put it out there. You have to bless them with the opportunity to do this, either the business or the fitness. You just have to get out of your own way and make the invitation.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
like,
who is it?
Am I on?
Yes.
Okay.
Susan?
Okay, because I needed to hear that, because I've had a lot of objections recently, and it seems like everybody just on and on says no, 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 and so I needed to hear that.
Yeah, I still get them. There's months. February has been is historically a really good month. This month has been pretty hard for me. I don't know why. And you just have to be patient. Are you asking questions when you're talking to them?
I'm doing more questions. Like the more the longer I do it, I'm asking more questions. I'm learning to ask more questions and engage more.
Good.
But it's still, I'm hitting like a brick wall.
Okay, it's normal, Susan. You just have to be patient. It happens. It happens to all of us. They really have to be ready, and they really have to see that this is their solution.
Right.
Like if someone tells you no, I've done this before. I've asked them straight up, like, you told me. I do a lot of it in email. So like I asked this question the other day. This lady went on and on about how this is her time and she's tired and she needs to put herself first and she's tired of failing on her fitness and then she said no. And I'm like, I gave her all the explanation. I made the recommendation. I asked the questions. I said, I really need to ask you, you said that you really needed to lose this weight, that you feel like X, Y, and Z. You said you seemed really ready. What is it?
Right.
Why are you saying no? And she was like, yeah, it's just, it's the money. I don't think it's the money. I think she just really isn't ready. Because it's really not that much money. People spend that.
I think that's what I've been running into too. But then I talked one into actually signing up, and she's not working out. So
That
do
happens.
I really want somebody who doesn't participate, or?
Well, you never know what they're gonna do. I have tons of people like that. You know,
Yeah.
they just keep asking, keep trying, keep reaching out, keep following up, text, whatever you need to do. Ask her. Let's set a date for your start. Like, let's do this. At least drink Shakeology. Believe me, just keep trying.
Yeah.
And then Susan, I think, I mean, for me, I don't know where you are, but like I wasn't really babysitting my challengers a lot.
Uh-huh.
And once I started really focused, I stopped running challenge groups on Facebook because I felt that those would die out. And I really started focusing on the challenge tracker app. And I started with a few, and I haven't stopped like sharing in there, and everybody in there is so engaged. And those people that are doing good things in there, I'll recognize in Facebook. Like,
Yes.
Becky said, recognition. I'll be like, challengers of the week, so and so, and I'll tag them. And then other people see that and they'll be like, oh, well, what are they doing, and blah, blah, blah. So like, even if you don't have, it doesn't have to be like a business, success per se, but even if you're just recognizing, their effort, or like anytime somebody buys from me, if they're on Facebook, I'll be like, congratulations, so and so, for taking, the initiative. Like, if you start doing that, and just focusing on that and continually adding new people to it, I think you will see, things happening better.
Okay.
Because then what happens is, when you have a challenge group that's really engaged, they almost start working for you because they're so excited about posting, and they start sharing. And when other people see that, they get excited because they realize it's just not you posting. They're also posting. They post when they're drinking their shake and they're doing their workout. I have challengers that are like posting recipes. They'll take pictures of their kids and they'll post it. So the new people that are coming in, they love to see that. Maybe you can even add free people to that, and let them like experience, the value.
Right.
And personal development. I think you need some personal development because, I mean, I've had a customer say that she was switching coaches, and I'm like, what did I do? I worked so hard to care about my challengers.
Well,
and
speaking of personal development, I got that book just today in the mail, The Slight Edge. I ordered it. So
It's a great one.
I'm gonna see what I can get out of that.
That's the first book that I read.
I heard you mention it.
Yeah.
I really like You're a Badass, because she really teaches you about being yourself and not really caring about what people think.
Right.
I used to be so scared to, ask people, because I was like, oh, when you see a list and you're like, oh, no, I won't ask that person. But like Becky said, we're really doing a bad thing to people by not asking them, because this opportunity and this lifestyle is so amazing that if we skip people, it's like, what, you have to just go, and if they say no, then whatever.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I wish I could just bottle it up and, give them a taste of what it's like after you've been doing it for a while. I think they'd all change their minds.
Just keep sharing and keep being you. I think
that's right.
I was also like seeing what other coaches were doing and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know where I heard or saw this, but you have to talk in Facebook or Instagram the way you would talk to somebody.
Exactly.
And don't try to be like,
don't try to be me, because I know that happens.
I mean, whatever. Just be you, because when you're being you, and I think that's why I'm seeing, and Becky would tell you how much my business has advanced. I really stopped focusing on numbers and points, I really just started focusing on being myself and sharing how amazing I was being. And then things just started happening. So if you just share how amazing you feel, and if you come from a good place and you're genuine, there are people there that are gonna connect with you. Because when you're honestly sharing from your heart, you're not selling.
Exactly.
Right. So just talk like you talk. When you post, and always offer value. Like, don't be like, sweaty selfie. Like, think about something valuable to share for the person that's going to be reading that picture that you took.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's very important in social media to share your stories. Where were you before you started this? I mean, you've completed how many programs? You X3. What else? You did
21 Day Fix Extreme. I've did 2 of those, and
then now you're 80-day obsession.
Yes.
I mean, you gotta think about who you were and where you were in your life and how you felt right before. What made you make that decision? And then you gotta describe that. Like, maybe you could do a post on the food. This is how I was eating before. This is how I'm eating now. This is how I feel. Before I started X3, I felt like this. X, Y, and Z. I was tired. Whatever it is, right. I feel like this now. My body. That's another post. Then my body. I would look in the mirror. I would see this. Now I'm here, and I really love how I feel. I have so much energy. And you have a daughter. How is this affecting your family? You got to share those things, because the more you open up about those stories, it's not. They say there's this line or this quote that says facts tell and stories
sell. Maybe I don't know.
Facts sell. Stories sell. Now I messed it up.
I bet it's stories tell and facts sell.
Right. Okay, that one. So the more just talking about products and facts and figures and the ingredients in Shakeology, nobody cares about that. Like they want to know how it makes you feel.
Right.
That superfood dense shake makes you feel amazing. Like you love how it tastes. For me, it's like my chocolate treat every day. You just have to work around and make it a story of how it's changed you, how it makes you feel, and that's how then people will be like, man, I can do this too. She can do it. I can do it.
Right. Yes, Becky. I don't mean to interrupt, but I just got me so excited. No, it's so true. You are the brand, Susan. There's tons of, you know how there's like tons of realtors out there, but some only gonna pick one person. At the end of the day, they're gonna pick you because they connect with you. So we're all selling the same thing here. We're all coaches.
Yeah.
But they pick you over Becky, over me, because they liked you. So you are your brand and you're sharing this product, but they're buying it because of you, because they like you. Because they could go on beachbody.com and order something.
Yep.
Right. Like, they can Google it or whatever, but at the end of the day, they buy from you. So when she said that, it's like, it's your personality and it's your story, and your story is yours. Nobody has the same story like you.
That's right. Very valuable information. Just be yourself. Own it. And definitely speak like you speak, because don't try to word your post like me, because I can be very blunt. No whiners allowed. Maybe you don't speak like that, and people they're gonna smell that right away. That your friends are gonna be like, that doesn't sound like Susan. Yeah. Who's that talking? So be yourself, be real. Just don't think that because that's my personality that you have to be like that too.
Right.
All right. Well, that was valuable.
Yes. Yes.
That was valuable. Well, you're doing great. You hit Success Club last month, and you have SC2 now. So, there's still time. Just stay positive.
Yes.
Find new people.
Find new people.
Trust me, I'm trying. I am trying.
Susan says that she's never talked to so many people in her life.
I haven't. I promise. I'm a quiet person. I used to be a quiet person.
Believe me, me too. Me too.
Well, there's more people.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I go on the class list for my kids and I like send messages to the parents. I'll be like, "Hi, my son is in your class." I don't know. Or like sports. I've done a lot of stuff. I'm just giving you suggestions. But yeah, there are fine people that are out there.
Yeah. I did all of that. I used to wear t-shirts to my kids when they were little in t-ball or in baseball. I would always wear some kind of wear and share P90X shirt. You know, now 21 Day Fix is everybody knows 21 Day Fix. So that's a good one to wear because that's a recognizable brand. You know, Insanity and P90X, that's old already.
Yes.
But 21 Day Fix was all over TV not too long ago. So, and most people own the containers and have the program. So that's a good one. Just have something to spark conversations with people. Another tip is once you are talking to someone and maybe it's a brand new person, is always get their information. Get them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook, get their name, their email. A lot of people are not going to give you their phone number, but get their email so that you can follow up with them.
Okay.
Because I have business cards and I can tell you that they don't work. People put them in their purse and then they don't do anything. They don't contact you.
Yeah.
No, they don't contact you. Yeah. There's something up. I think social media has put like a huge dent in the way people communicate. Nobody wants to talk in real life or on the phone. So, well, I don't answer my phone. So I did a post about that yesterday. So if you have their email, then you can follow up with them. If you get them on social media, then you can follow up with them there. So always get their information and then add them to your list.
Yeah.
So I had one lady. Let me ask this question. I had one lady, and she wanted to sign up so desperately. And when it came right down to she was ready to sign up, and then she was like, "Oh, good grief, I can't afford that." She said, and then I said, "Well, you know, it's an opportunity to make money. You could make all your money back. I mean, you can make big money back." And she just basically was done talking. I mean, I had talked to her so much, and that really, really sucked. Yeah. Because I had my hopes up so high.
Yeah.
So I guess that was kind of the bummer of this entire month.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Unfortunately, you cannot. You can't expect anything from anybody.
Right.
You can't, because people will always find they'll chicken out at the last minute, and then they'll say they can't afford it. But then you see them on Facebook with a new Michael Kors bag. Like I see this all the time, or with a new iPhone. They don't have the money, but they're on vacation. You know, they're gonna chicken out. You just can't. You gotta disconnect yourself from the outcome. And you know, if they don't sign up, it's gonna hurt, because believe me, I get disappointed for like a split second, and then I'm like, okay, you know, I'll follow up next month. You know, add a note to your list, follow up next month. Yeah. Or ask, can I follow up with you next month?
Susan, don't ever give up on people.
Yeah.
And follow up, even if they hurt your feelings, because they might not just be ready. I would either offer her, like, if you can, I've offered people like $10-15 off, and I'll send them like a PayPal, you know, or something like that.
Right.
Or
I thought about doing that. Yeah.
You can do that. Like right now, for example, the challenge pack is on $150. So I said to somebody, I was like, you can get the challenge pack for the price of Shakeology, because Shakeology is $130. So I just gave them $20. But I would say that was my choice. But you can do other things, and keep following up, because I don't know about you, but buying a challenge pack is not people's priorities. And I sometimes I get texts and I'm like, I gotta respond, and then I completely forget. People forget. So you might be like, am I being annoying? You know, I don't want to bother these people. But in reality, people are so busy that they're not ignoring you, they just forgot.
Yeah,
so it is your job to follow up. So don't ever feel bad about following up, because they might have wanted to do it and they just forgot to do it.
Yeah. You can offer incentives, especially now with it's the end, almost the end of the month, but we got 8 days. You know, if you have energized packets or things that you can, that are not that expensive, you can offer $10-15 back. You can say, okay, I'll send you like, you know, 3 or 4 energized packs, just like as an incentive to help them make the decision to pull the trigger. Yeah, everybody does that, especially end of month, but that's a decision you have to make.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else, because we're coming up on an hour?
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, this was helpful. I hope you guys found it helpful.
It goes quick when you're having fun.
As it does.
I did.
Awesome. So right now it's just like, guys, help one. Get out there, make an effort to push through this week. Help one person this week. Don't get discouraged. Don't look at it as you did anything wrong. Just keep looking for those people out there that are truly ready to create change in their lives, and just do your best and have fun doing it. Just have fun doing it. So if we could all focus on helping one, we could create a lot of change every week. Let's help one.
Yay.
And Diamond, and I want to just say that Grace is going to be Diamond on Thursday.
Yay.
Finally.
That's awesome.
Party time. Yep.
Been working so hard.
She has been working very hard.
I'm sure.
The time of God is perfect, right? It has to, I mean, things happen when they're going to happen. So
yeah. She's worked very hard, and I'm very proud of her. So
with a lot of bumps on the road.
It happens.
Like Susan, I don't know if you live in Florida, but I live in Parkland, where the whole thing happened with the shooting.
Oh, yes.
You can imagine, like,
yeah,
you know,
it's very
this
sad.
is a time where, like, I could be saying, you know what, like, I'm gonna be depressed and just give up, you know. But but then that wouldn't be me. I'm all about being positive and helping and inspiring people. So as much as it is a sad time, it's also a time to give people a reason to be excited about and not focus on all the bad news that they're seeing every time they go on Facebook, you know.
Right. So, I can't imagine. Yeah, that's awesome.
So don't give up and keep working hard, and do personal development to cheer you up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's huge.
Yep.
Thank you,
guys. You're welcome. Everyone. You're welcome. I hope this was valuable, and you know, please just interact in the coach group. If you have a question, don't be embarrassed to ask, or even to ask me directly or in the coach thread. I'd rather you ask than to wonder what to do. So thank you for jumping on, ladies. Have a great night. I'll share the recording, and that's it. It was a nice call. Nice and formal.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Night.